Okay, good evening everyone. Now, we're going to begin our class. But before we begin, let's go back on our previous discussion. What's our previous discussion again? Okay, it's all about DNA. Now, we're now going to dive deeper in our discussion by discussing our next lesson. Our lesson is all about DNA replication. But before we start on our discussion, let me have a short activity. I'm just going to ask you a set of questions that you need to answer by just saying the statement is a fact or a bluff. Don't you worry, these questions are pretty easy that you can answer very quick. Now for the first question, number 1, DNA replication occurs in nucleus of eukaryotic cell. Is it a fact or a bluff? Thank you. The answer is a fact. Number 2, DNA replication happens only during mitosis phase of the cell cycle. Is it a fact or bluff? It's a bluff. Number 3, DNA replication describes as a semi-conservative. It is a fact or a bluff? A fact. Thank you. Now, DNA polymerase adds nucleotides in the 5th to 3 direction. The answer is nice one. A fact. Clap yourselves, give yourselves a round of applause, please. Now let's begin our discussion. For our first slide, it has our objectives. Now, let's define what is DNA replication. Now, DNA replication is a biological process by which a cell creates an identical copy of its DNA. This occurs during the S phase synthesis phase of the cell cycle, ensuring that when a cell divides, each new daughter cell receives a complete set of genetic instructions. Okay. Let's proceed to our next one. Now, DNA replication is described as a semi-conservative process. Why? Because this means that when DNA molecules is copied, the two resulting double helix each contains an original parent strand that serves as a tablet and one newly synthesized daughter strand. That this ensures that the genetic sequence is preserved accurately across the generation of cells. Now, I mentioned synthesize, and helix. What do I mean by synthesize and helix? If you if we going further in this discussion, we're going to discuss about a certain process by which we determine sets of amino acids, and that's the scientists call that is protein synthesis. Now we are going to the next one is helix. What do we mean by helix? A helix structure is like a ladder that holds the DNA. It looks like this. This is what I mean by helix. You can see that this is holding different types of protein that combines to amino acids. Now let's continue to our discussion. This is the model of a DNA form. Now, to further understand this model, we're going to continue because the discussion the explanation of this structure is on the next slide. Now, okay, the first enzyme we're going to talk about is helicase. Helicase is the unzipper. It breaks the hydrogen bonds between nitrogenous base. For example, A stands for adenine, T for thymine, C for cytosine, and G for guanine. Note to remember that there's a pairing system that's going on in this process. A for adenine is always going to be paired by thymine, and C is going to be paired by guanine. That's the rule of that's the rule. Now, thymine. What do I mean by helicase? What is the importance of that? Now, let's go back to our previous model. Now, helicase is the acts like unzipping the two helix structure. Look at this. This is the helicase unzipping the DNA fork. Replication fork rather. Replication fork is the point where the replication starts, or where the helicase starts unzipping the DNA structure. Get it? Okay, thank you. Now, to the next enzyme, primase. Primase is the initializer. It lays down the path, small place of RNA called the primer. So the builder knows where to begin with. So primer here, the primates put a pathway to polymerase to follow. That's simply it. Now the next one is DNA polymerase. DNA polymerase is the primary enzyme responsible for synthesizing new DNA strand. Think of it as a biological archetype and the construction group combined into one molecule. Its main job is to read an existing DNA strand and use it that way to build a perfectly matching new strand. And that's it. The polymerase is just synthesizing the DNA to make another copy of it, and that's the gist of it. Any question? None. Thank you. Next one is the DNA ligase. DNA ligase is the essential enzyme responsible for joining DNA strands together by creating a chemical bond. If you think of it, DNA replication as a construction project, and DNA polymerase as a builder laying down a bricks. Just like what I said earlier, polymerase enzyme is just making a path. Primase is laying the path, and polymerase is just doing the job to copy and create another set of DNA. While the ligase is the mortar or the glue. Ligase is sealing the gap between the copied DNA. Now, let's have an activity. For group 1, I want you to draw a poster representing the DNA function. It will be presented in front of the class. Group 1 will be given at least 5 minutes to do the activity. While group 2 will have a group discussion about their ideas on what DNA replication is, and will represent it also in front of the class. The group 2, in the other hand, will be given 6 minutes to do the task. Now let's continue. Group 1, let's begin your presentation. Okay, Very good. Now let's proceed to group 2. What a remarkable discussion it is. Now let's continue our discussion. To further understand our discussion, I want you to sit and get one sheet of paper. Now, what I want you to do is to answer this question, please. Now, I'm going to read the question and please look for you to listen. Now, a certain species of bacteria has a circular chromosome containing a 4,800,000 base pairs. In this species, DNA polymerase works at a rate of 800 molecules per second. Assuming the replication begins at a single origin and moves bidirectionally or two ports, how many minutes will it take to it will take for the cells to completely replicate its DNA. Now, for you to solve it, I want you to listen on my formula. Just give me a minute, class, and let me explain to you what is you're going to do. Now, here's the problem. First, we're going to list down the variables. Now, after we list down the variables, we're going to start calculating by, first, step 1, just like I said, list down the variables. For this, total DNA replication or total DNA is equal to N. The quantity that's what fell on is 4,800,000 BPS or base pairs. Now for the speed or replication fork represented by R is equals to 800 BPS. Now, since the number of forks is bidirectional or moving backward and forward or traveling two directions, we're considering it as a 2. Now, step 2, we're now going to divide the N to its R. Now, let's first multiply the base port to its BPS, which is the R, okay, which is 800. So 2 times 800 is equal to, that's correct, 1,600 BPS. Now we're going to divide the 4,800,000 to the sum. Now 4,800,000 divided by 1,800 BPS is equal to 3,000 seconds. Now we're going to convert it into minutes by dividing it into 60 seconds. 60. The 60 is represented by the minutes. Now 3,000 seconds divided by 60. What do you think is that? Correct. That is approximately 15 minutes. Now, let's continue our quiz time. Please answer just letters only. Number 1. If the DNA polymerase in an enzyme is moving at a rate of 5 nucleotides per second, how long would it take to replicate a segment of base pairs using a single replication point? Number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. Now for your assignment, I want you to picture it and comply the necessary instruction for your assignment tomorrow. And that's ends our lesson.